Hi everyone, this is Lucy and Leah is behind the camera. Please let me know if you can hear me and if you can see me really well. We're really sorry for the interruption just now because of the signal problem, and now hopefully everything is being fixed. Like I said, whoa, I can already see everyone coming back. Thank you so much. Hi to Jessie and hi to James. So like I said, today we are in a culture garden. The signature of this culture garden is this, the Han Meiling Art Museum. However, in this garden, we also have many people coming to spend their leisure time. You can see we have a local resident here. He's brought his little horse here as well. Let's go and say hi to the little horse. 大哥，这小马叫什么？有名字吗？
小白。
小白。So it's called Little White. 多大了？是公的还是母的？
公的。
It's a male horse. 多大了？几岁了
？10多岁了。
10多岁了 ，about 10 years old already, and still looking very cute.
你拉着它这儿转一圈。感
冒？我拉着它，谢谢。
没事，你就这儿转一圈，别走太远了就行，就这儿。
我就稍微走2步就还给你们吧。Wow. So you can see that the horse is enjoying a leisure walk at the Han Meiling Museum as well. And it's now not happy to walk around. You guys can still say hi to the horse. I can see Kenny here, James here, Giovanni here, and James Donald. Great to see you. And we have Catherine here as well. Catherine said, I can see you well. Woo! Stop. And let's turn around. I'm trying today to become a horse whisperer. And it is totally coincident that we see Xiaobai here today. Little White. 谢谢您，大哥。
哎，不用，完事儿了。
来吧。
来，给我吧。
完事儿了，再见。
再见。
See you， 小白。谢谢你。
哎，不用谢，不用谢。
So as you can see, this is a beautiful museum named the Han Meiling Museum. Han Meiling is an artist born in 1936 in China, in Shandong province. And he is already 83 years old, but very hardworking. You can see these two beautiful mighty elephants are a creation by him. And behind the camera, there are 3 running figures of young girls, also made in his workshop. He is an artist with many talents. Did you see those dragons? Those are sculptures made by him and his students as well. We're going to now enter a huge collection of Han Meiling's work. In English-speaking countries, people know about Picasso, you guys know about Dali and Monet, many French, European or American artists. Most of the Chinese artists are coming up but are still less well known in the English-speaking world. So today, our aim is to introduce to you a very renowned Chinese artist, and his name is Han Meiling. So you can call him Han, H-A-N, or Meiling, M-E-I-L-I-N. And this is the Han Meiling Art Foundation, and we are going to enter the art museum. Majestic dresses, said Jessie. Alicia said they are beautiful. Why are we seeing this, Brad, Paula? The reason we're seeing this is that we are going to show you this museum that has been reopened, and we are going to show you one of the major single artist collection in the whole world. And one thing that's very special about our artist is he is very versatile. Some artists only is good at sculpture, some is good at calligraphy, but he can do many different things. The artist said that he is like an ox, and in his life he has to keep working and working. So let's open the door together and we are going to enter the collection. I can see Steve here. Thank you so much for coming with us, Steve. And we have James, beautiful horse. Yes, the horse was really pretty. How long did it take to make a dragon? I am not entirely sure how long it took them to make the dragon. However, the artist is very productive. So once you can see in the entrance of the museum, we have the first exhibit, which is a piano, and in the piano you can already see so many different signatures. All of these signatures are done by the artist's friends, celebrities, movie stars, including Jackie Chan that you guys might already know from the Kung Fu movies. And behind the museum is an exhibit that I personally like a lot. A quiz for you guys. Can you tell what kind of shape this sculpture is? Any samurais, Torin? I'm sorry, we don't have any samurais here. However, you could see a lot of really, really cool exhibits. A friend here, and we have Rob here. Hi, James. It's good to see you. Great to see that you guys are having a good time. So behind me, this exhibit is actually a head of an ox. So you can tell that this seems like the nose of the ox, and the top two looks like the thorn of the ox. However, when I first saw this head of the ox, my question is, why was the ox thorns not symmetrical? Because this one is a bit shorter and this one is a lot longer. When I asked the museum staff, they told me that this artist, Mr. Han Meiling, his idea is that if it's too symmetrical, it does not look very vivid. So he chopped off one side of the thorn of the ox to make it looking more lifelike and looking more vivid. And this is actually a photo slide showing the past photos of the artist, and this is the artist himself. As you can tell from the black and white color of the photos, those photos are quite dated. So the artist himself, Mr. Han Meiling, was born in 1936, already 83 years old, and is a good artist at calligraphy, sculpture, ancient Chinese art, painting, and he also designed the mascot for the 2008 Summer Olympics in Beijing, which we will see the original script in this museum. So, can anyone tell me what this looks like? Kenny said those look pretty cool. Are these all stonework? Said Alicia. Those are not all stonework. Some of them are copper, some are made with metal, some made with sandal stones. You can see people coming to this museum and doing photography here as well. We have Michael here from New York. Hello to you from Beijing. So the one we just saw was also a different interpretation of an ox. The artist loved ox because once he had an image in his heart that the heaven said that he should be an ox and he should work very hard during all his life. And of course, those two look similar because they are the elephants that were outside of the museum, and these are two smaller versions of it. Other than copy the actual elephant, the artist made the foot of the elephant bigger, the nose longer and the ears wider. So it looks more like a mighty elephant. Is this on permanent exhibition? Kenny, yes, all of those stuff here are permanent exhibition. Torun said it's a Chinese bull. Yes, you are right. Timothy said it's a goat. Yes, it does look very similar to a goat. However, it is the head of an ox. It's a dragon, said Tommy. Thank you so much. It's a beautiful museum. And the exhibition that I love most in this museum is this huge statue of a Buddha. Just by comparing my height to the Buddha, you can tell how tall it is. Torren is from South Carolina. Great to see you. And the Buddha is actually 3-story tall. So a question might pose, how did they move the Buddha inside the museum? So actually, they built the whole museum first, and then they moved in the statue of the Buddha in different pieces. Then they reassembled it inside the museum. So the Buddha looks very quiet and very peaceful. The idea of the Buddha was, when you come into the museum, you can see the upper body of the Buddha. However, you have to come in and looking close inside to see the foot of the Buddha and its lotus seat. So the idea was that when you want to see something, you cannot judge the book by its cover, and you have to come closer to look at it. What is the symbol in the center of the chest? The symbol in the center of the chest is a Buddhist symbol, Dong. I'm from Maryland too, said Rob. Great to see you. We have Betty in the house. Beautiful museum from USA, Alabama. Great to see you as well. How is the situation right there for the outbreak? Are you guys staying home, or are you guys still doing work in the office? The reason we're doing a series of museum visits is that you can travel the museums in a virtual tour with us together as well. Very wonderful work that he did, said Rob. Thank you so much. And we have Rachel in the house from Maryland. Hello, Rachel. Good to see you. And this behind me is a series of sculpture work named Mother and Son. This is a huge one, and I do love the lines, the really, really creative lines. Even though it's a bit abstract, however, you can tell this is a mother with this long ponytail and its curling figure holding up a little baby on top. He is beautiful, said Timothy. Thank you. Because of Han Meiling's many different types of works to describe the relationship, the loving relationship between mother and son, he has won many awards. The artist himself is a very respectful son to his mother as well. So let's keep going and see more of the work. This is beautiful, and in the center of the room as well. Yesterday, I took you guys to the Forbidden City, and you already know that the dragon is a symbol of the ancient Chinese emperors, and also a symbol of fertile land and power. So in this art piece, there are 9 dragons holding a dragon ball on top to show power and also a different interpretation of the ancient Chinese culture. I mean, the Buddha was beautiful. Yes, totally agree. Very tall and beautiful as well. Rachel is saying hi, and we have Dean from Texas. Howdy to you as well. How do you like the artist's work so far? Please let me know. Do you like the painting better, or do you like the sculpture better? This painting has 8 oxes on it. And down here is another sculpture of mother and son. You can see in this one, the mother is actually playing with the son on the grass. And they're looking at each other, looking very cheeky. So let's keep going, because I have one thing that I do want to show you related to the US. So right here, this one looks like the national bird of the US, a vulture. This one was actually commissioned by the US United Airlines. And Mr. Han Meiling made it. Firstly, the head of the bird is looking straight ahead. To big dragon sculpture said, Ding, thank you for sharing with me. We have Martha here, said thank you. We have Marvin in the house as well. Alicia said love both. Rachel loves them all. So in here, you can see that the artist himself is an amazing calligrapher as well. Han Meiling's calligraphy. Oh, we're back just in time. Thank you for staying with us. We just walked past a corridor of the artist's scripts, and now we are in the ceramics part of his collection. Like I said, the artist is very versatile. In his long life of creation, he made many types of art. So the first thing I wanted to show you is this one in the center of the room. Those are Jun ceramics, and they had to be made through very high temperature in fire, all made with hand. I am very impressed by the beautiful color on the surface of the ceramic. It looks like red maple leaves in autumn, and however, all of this is being burnt inside the fire, and it was not painted later on by people. So it's really, really cool. Also, it's a new innovation for this artist that the vase can be as tall as 1 meter, because back in the days in ancient China, even though we had Jun sculpture, however, those ceramics can be only a certain height. But the artist, Mr. Han Meiling himself, has added some more technique inside to be able to make a long vase with beautiful purple and blue colors. Those creations cannot be priced. He has donated all his pieces of work to the museum. We have Rachel said beautiful. We have Gail said hi from North Carolina. Great to see you, and how is the weather in your area? What is the time? Please let me know, and how are you watching? It's amazing how it was made. And Kenny said, sorry, Giovanni said, I am enjoying this. Daphne said, I love watching this live. Thank you so much. And check out this one. This is really innovative, because back in the days we have scarf or cloth or embroidery which is being worn by girls. And we have ceramic vase, which is used as fruit bowls or other things. However, the artist, he breaks up boundaries. He made the center of the fruit bowl, and here there is some embroidery in the center. So he broke the boundary of two different forms of art piece, and he made it into one, which is really, really good and innovative. And in this one as well, those are a tea set. Thank you guys. A lot of people are saying bless me. I did sneeze because I entered the inside of the room and there are air conditioning all everywhere. So I'm feeling a little bit chilly. However, I'm feeling fine now. Thank you, and please enjoy the tour with me. Remember to like and share this live stream as much as you can. We are actually very lucky to be doing a live stream inside today because you know there was a little spike of the coronavirus cases in Beijing, and most of the indoor entertainment area and museum have further restricted visitors to 30% or even 20%. So it was really lucky for us to be here today and be indoor outside from the sun. It's very hot outside. So you can see that this one, it's a teapot with a metal holder, which is totally unseen in the traditional style. But the artist is really brave to blend old and new. So let's keep going. Gail said, bless you, thank you. Check out this beautiful big vase. Kenny said, bless you, Lucy. I wasn't sure if it was you or Leah. It was Leah. I'm joking, it was me. Are they using stone ovens? Yes, you're right, Alicia. They do use stone ovens, and the artist Han Meiling traveled across China to find the best teacher for him to teach him ceramics. And his teacher has already passed away. However, he now can pass down the technique of ancient Chinese string ceramics. This is a fish. James said, China plus America, what kind of museums do you have in China? So James, we have a lot of different types of museums in China. We have the Forbidden City, which is the Palace Museum, 95 years old this year. We have a lot of art museums. We have even military sort of equipment museum, a train museum, a museum for policemen, a museum for ancient Chinese architecture, a museum of clocks. And this one we're visiting today is one of the major single artist museum, a whole museum dedicated to just the work of one artist. So we are very lucky today. So let's keep going. All of this is made by the artist Han Meiling. Even though ceramics can be seen in a lot of places, but his creation does have many of his personal interpretations. Let's see, I really like all the details in his creations, said Shelley. Shelley, I totally agree with you. I do love the details. For example, the seal, his personal seal. And the color looks like water flowing down from a waterfall. A beautiful purple, red, and blue waterfall. And this one has even better colors. Rob said they are nice pieces. Wow, totally agree. Better safe than sorry, Lucy. This virus is really hanging on. Yes, totally agree with you, Stan. And hopefully you guys who are watching China Plus America can stay safe and sound as well. This is a beautiful museum, so much culture here. Thank you. So Mr. Han Meiling, he got many of his inspirations from ancient cave paintings in China. Cave paintings in China can be dated back to 40,000 years back. He traveled to many places to check out cave paintings, and he learns how people do it so that he can use the interpretation in his work. We're going to keep going downstairs now. This is an interesting museum. When we come inside, we first visit the second floor, and then we go down to the first and the basement. Did he do any ceramic tiles? Yes, he did. A lot of the ceramic tiles were hanging on the wall. So, I think this is the way we should be going. Wow, check out his little script. The artist is a very hard-working person, so you can tell for one animal, pig, he painted so many different types of pigs, and he makes the best one. This is a rooster. Maybe you can already tell the sort of theme behind those hand scripts. This is behind the Chinese zodiac. And he paints beautiful figures of women, turtles, ethnic group totems as well. The whole museum is dedicated to his work, and the artist actually lives nearby and makes work to put in the museum every day. And he does not charge register. You just have to register your name on the official website, and you get a pass to come in, and that's all you have to do. Do you guys visit any museum these days in the US or Australia or where you are? And I'm really curious as well, is there any museum still open in your area? And what is actually open in your area still? Do you go to restaurants or theaters? I guess the movie theaters should all be closed up in your area. Please correct me if I'm wrong. Mr. Han must love pork. No idea where you get that from. So this is a group of 5 sculptures named The Miao Girls Love Singing. The Miao ethnic group is a major ethnic group in China. If you remember our trips, we have actually been to the Miao residence area in the Guizhou province in the south of China, and we have celebrated New Year with them. So the Miao girls, they love to wear boots, and they decorate with silverware like necklace and earrings, and they have a major headpiece on the top of their head. Even though these 5 girls are just made with metal, but you can see they're happy and they're singing from the facial expressions, which is very clever as well. Rachel said, I used to go, but since they have closed in my area. Wow. I used to visit one of the East of Museum and has a garden. Baltimore has a great museum of art. Washington, D.C. has a great museums. Theaters are closed in my area. Really sorry to hear that, guys. It's a similar situation right here in Beijing. Most of the movie theaters are still closed, and this museum has been closed from Chinese New Year to May for 3 months, and it has just been reopened. But now the visitor ratio had to be reduced again. Back on the wall are lots of Just now, I wonder whether you've seen this. This is made by red sandalwood. There are 560 different figures carved on it. Each of them is different. This beautiful piece of work is made by Mr. Han and his students. Thank you, James, for your good wishes. Sorry for the interruption with the internet today, and hope that you have a great night. So, common knowledge says that out of 100 red sandalwood, only 99 would be hollow inside. But this one is a lucky one because this one is a whole block of wood. And it used to be in Southeast Asia in a temple. However, the temple was burnt down during the war. So Mr. Han and his students painted carved figures to warn the world to keep their peace and restrain from going into a war. Betty is saying good night to James. Thank you so much, Betty. Will he come to Chicago? Said Alicia Lee. Good question. I'm sure that Mr. Han has been to Chicago before. He has actually received the key to the city of San Diego, and he is celebrated by many of the US cities. This section exhibits maybe his most popular work in the world, the Fuwa mascot of 2008 Summer Beijing Olympics. Which one would be your favorite? This is my favorite. Those two would be my favorite one because I love panda, and this one is a panda. This is Jingjing, the Fuwa mascot. So Fuwa in Mandarin means lucky child. And the 5 Fuwa, 5 lucky children, take the color of the 5 rings of the Beijing Olympic. I love this one because this one is a panda, and this one is the green Fuwa, the green lucky child. It is a panda wearing a hat. And my second favorite one is the fire one, Huan Huan. I love this one because his fire hat looks amazing, and he looks cute, and he is red, and I love the color red. I think Jesse said his favorite one is Nini, so Nini is over here. For some reason, I always think that Nini is a girl because she looks a bit shy and very cute and very lovely with a beautiful Chinese kite as her hat. So I love Nini as well. We have Rachel said the orange one. Rachel loves Ying Ying. Ying Ying means welcome, welcome. So this is the happy child that welcomes you to Beijing. And he wore the antelope hat. Not sure whether it's a girl or a boy. You guys may be able to tell me or make a guess. Alicia said loves the panda and the cat. Which one do you think is the cat, Alicia? Let me know. Are these La Trobe pieces? Tommy, these are the mascot of the 2008 Beijing Summer Olympics. This last one is Beibei. I think Beibei is more of a water symbol because it's a blue color. So all of these mascots together, Beibei, Jingjing, Huan Huan, Ying Ying, and Nini, all together it says Beijing Huan Ying Ni, which means Beijing welcomes you to the 2008 Beijing Olympics. And Beijing still welcomes you in 2020 when the situation is better, you can all come and visit Beijing. And those are some hand scripts of how the Fuwa came into being. Firstly, it was only some cave painting of dancing figures. He wanted to make 5 of them, from all of this to this. He wanted to make 5 of them, and then he thought maybe I should make the dancing figure more like cute babies. And then he thought I could make a monkey, I could make a panda, and I could make all different kinds, from taking inspiration from ancient Chinese legends. Stan said, talking about a very large collection, yes, he has donated 3,000 pieces of his work, from ceramics to painting to calligraphy to sculpture. I wonder when Han Meiling found time to sleep. I have no idea. However, the artist has a very long life of creation. He started from in his early 20s, and now he is 83 years old. So all 60 years he is doing work and making things. And he is still working hard every day. Puts us into shame, right? Alicia loves the blue one. I love the blue one too. How versatile this gentleman is and so talented. Totally agree. And he does have a very cool talent with animals. A lot of his work is animals because he himself loves animals. He loves his mother, his wife, animals, and China and the world. So a lot of his work, you can see his love towards his country, towards nature, and towards mothers. This is, of course, 2 cute monkeys looking like this. I am the 3rd monkey. And this is a cute little elephant. So Mr. Han Meiling, he is not pretentious at all. Some work of the artists, they only work on one thing, like all my life I just do sculpture. But he thought, why don't I just blend everything together? I want to learn all of the art forms in the world. And some artists think, oh, I don't want to paint this because if I paint this, I become a cartoon artist and I am not in high ranks anymore. But he thought anything can be art. Doesn't matter if this looks a bit childish, and doesn't matter this looks a bit too simple, this is all art. You can see if we work, maybe if we stand a bit further, you can see the whole wall are fishes, all different, more than 100 different sketch of fishes. He did it in just one afternoon, and he made all of it. Each one is different. You can not find 2 ones that's totally the same. Just like how he did these elephants. Those are all elephants made by him, but not a single one is the same. Even though this elephant does not have 4 trunks, but you can still tell that it's a little cute elephant. This is a whole wall of rooster made by him of different color. Not 2 single ones are the same. Fahad said it's so cute, thank you. Rachel said I would love to interview him. I would love to as well. Monkeys are awesome. Yes, agree. Awesome work, said Michael. Hi, Michael. I totally agree with you as well. Amazing and vast different pieces of art. No, the monkeys are not as cute as you and Leah. Thank you. I like the fish a lot. Thank you, Timothy. So maybe Leah should copy the action of the monkey as well if she's willing. And in this wall, it's owls. The artist, Mr. Han himself, is very brave to break boundaries and stereotypes. In Chinese culture, owls are night owls and always appear in dark places, and they do not have a very bright culture interpretation. However, Mr. Han wanted to paint all different kinds of owls so the Chinese people can grow to like this bird. So let's keep going because we have more different sculptures and different parts to show you. In this museum, you can also see a lot of head of Buddhas and the lucky scarf as well. It does not mean that the artist himself is a Buddhist. He likes to study the head and facial sculpture, facial sort of features of Buddhas, because each culture and each period of history in China, the Buddhas are made in different ways. So he liked to study the history behind it. These are made by Mr. Han as well. They are galloping horses. So our tour has not ended yet. We are still going to go down. How do you guys like our new mic? Really cool and small fitting. This is a huge painting of another ox, a celebratory ox. In the Chinese culture, especially for the Chinese water paintings, it's very unorthodox that people put green and red together. However, the artist said, why not? Because green and red are two harvest celebration colors of the peasants or farmers in China. So he thought, why can't we blend the so-called low-level colors with high-level scholarly things? So he painted a bull mostly with green and red. And this painting is actually to celebrate the opening of this museum. And on the side of the painting, he used his beautiful calligraphy to write down his thinking. So he said that on 2006, before the opening of the museum, I thought in my heart that I should still work very hard and I should be like an ox and plow the field every day, and I should always respect the soul of the Chinese nation and to use my art to represent it. Jessie likes the new mic. Thank you, Jessie. It's on my YouTube channel. It's funny, said Rachel. So all the bottom floor are Mr. Han's calligraphy work. We're going to go outside and see if we can go to the other room, because now we're in the northern building, the north building. We're going to the south of the building because in the south there are more of his work. Let's see how long we have done it. Almost 50 minutes already. Another reminder for you to like and share this live stream, and don't forget to ask any questions that you have. So over here, we are already down to the very bottom of the whole collection. You can see this one is a phoenix, and it's a huge sculpture. The artist does not sell any of his painting or any of his calligraphy to make money. the way he earns a profit for a living is he does big city sculptures. So for example, this one, he makes huge stories tall city sculptures to be built on squares or buildings of cities. And that's the way he makes a living for him and his workshop and the staff in it. Check out this head of the Buddha. It looks amazing. So now, let's together find a way out. I can see Lucy. Thank you, Lucy, for the interpretation. You are most welcome. Oh, I know. This is the way out. We are correct. And there is an interactive game that we can play as well. In here, we have another collection of his sculpture work. So many of them. This is the head of his city sculpture Pangu. You can see on the photo, that is how big the sculpture is. The nose itself would be 3 meters long. And this is the game I wanted to play with you. I'm not sure if you can see it. Already 165 people liked it. What are your zodiac signs, guys? Come on. I will choose my favorite piece of the zodiac sign for you. All of this is made by the artist Han Meiling. Stan is leaving us, sadly. Having a great afternoon. Thank you so much. So pig, and after pig, it should be rat. Come on, rat. Welcome back, guys. We're going to keep going. A Buddha in the outside as well. So let's find a way out. Should be this way. So this is the way out, and now we're going to, this is the museum shop actually. Many type of gifts you can bring back. Really creative ones like this one is actually an art serviette for the year of the pig. I can't even remember what year 2020 is. Is it year of pig or rat? I can't remember because it's so hard to remember each specific date this year. The whole first half of the year is just mushed into one thing. So let's keep going. Alicia is a horse, great to know. Jesse is a wooden rabbit. So the artist, not only does he have a museum in Beijing for 3,000 of his work, pieces of his work, he also has one museum in Hangzhou, which is the starting point of the Beijing-Hangzhou Canal. Even in a hot summer day, it looks cooling with all the bamboos inside the courtyard. And now we are entering the south side. And from here we can see the dragons close up. Alicia thinks that he's a rat. So guys, what is your favorite so far? And would you consider visiting this museum if you're in Beijing? I love the waving trees. It is actually my second time in the museum, and I'm just really grateful that this is still open, because these days it is so hard to go anywhere. So we're going to walk up now. Dragons is favorite for Jesse, and he would love to visit. Willow trees and Chinese style buildings on the backdrop. We're going to walk that way, and when we go that way, this is the south zone. Let's keep going, guys. So guys, over here is the south zone, which we will show you in a different live stream. We're going to say bye to you here today. Thank you so much for joining our second tour, virtual tour of museum. My name is Lucy. Behind the camera is Leah. Bye bye for now, and see you very soon.